Sausage Party is a movie that stars Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, Paul Rudd, Kristen Wiig, and many, many other of Seth Rogen's friends. Now the plot is that everybody in the food world looks up to the gods, which is the humans, and if they get chosen, they get taken to basically the promised land. And nobody knows what the horrible truth is until one honey Dijon mustard comes back, which ruins everything, and then Frank has to find out how to save everybody from the impending doom. That was probably the worst plot synopsis, but it's Sausage Party. It's about a fucking... and it's basically a stupid movie that who gives a shit what the plot is. To be fair, one thing that surprised me about this movie was that it had social commentary somehow. It was basically like there was one scene with what I can only assume was a falafel or something. I don't really know. And a Jewish bagel. They were talking about how they can't get along even though it seems like they're right next to each other, so they should get along. And they just start laughing. I was like, oh, that's it. It's Israel and Pakistan. Okay, cool. The fuck? And then they like each other because hummus and butt sex. Spoilers. The thing about this movie is that I know it's funny, and I appreciate the comedy in it, but I just found that I didn't really laugh that much while watching this movie, which is surprising. That being said, everybody else seemed to enjoy it a lot more than I did in the theaters, so that in turn made it a little bit more enjoyable for me. But there were some parts in the movie where I legitimately was like, what the fuck? No! Like, everything in this world, like every item that you could possibly use in this world was basically had autonomy. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And so you can only imagine some of the gross shit that we use, like toilet paper, which you saw in the trailer, or what you use in sexy times. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. I really don't have much to say about the movie. It was a comedy with, you know, food that gets murdered. Oh, there was a good social commentary too about heaven and believing in a higher power even though there's no proof, and then even when there is proof, people still are like, no, I don't want to believe in that because it's scary. I think they literally say that in the movie at one point. Definitely was not expecting the ending. For about 2 minutes, the entire crowd was basically saying what I was thinking, which was, oh my god, I did like the villain of the movie though. That was a pretty funny thing. It was actually, even before he was introduced, because I didn't really know what he was, I thought he was like a plunger. But he's a douche. And he gets juiced up. It's funny. Good job. Good job, guys. I would recommend seeing Sausage Party. Don't bring the kids though, for God's sakes. It's actually pretty funny. I remember I was looking up the show times for the movie, and it actually said animation not meant for children in brackets. I thought that was pretty funny. I will give Sausage Party a 5.5 out of 10. You may think that's a pretty harsh review, but it's a decent movie. To be honest, I don't think people will remember it in a couple years. So if you like this video and you want to see more, then click subscribe and you will see more when I upload more. I'm Ron Graham, and you're not.